The scientist who knew the secret of Ufos, Robert Sarbacher, an American physician who died in July 1986, claimed to be privy to a secret that is the most classified subject for the U.S. government, more jealously guarded than the H-bomb itself, as he told a group of Canadian scientists who met with him in his office at the Ministry of Defense on Sept 15, 1950. What was this extraordinary secret? It was that the U.S. government possesses the remains of a crashed spaceship and the bodies of the alien crew. Dr. Sarbacher told scientists that the matter was being studied by a super-secret group led by Dr. Vannevar Bush, who was President Truman's chief scientific advisor. Sarbacher was a rather reliable type of man. The note about him in the Who Is He in American edition consists of about 8 inches of thick lines of print and attests to a very successful career in academia and business. During World War II, he volunteered his services free of charge to the government and specialized in matters concerning the control of guided missiles. The Canadians, who met regularly with Sarbacher to discuss issues of mutual interest to the national security services of the two countries, had asked their American colleague if there was any truth to the persistent rumors of this kind of direct physical evidence of the reality of UFOs. Sarbacher confirmed that such evidence existed, but that he would not provide further details because of the extreme sensitivity of the subject. One of the Canadians, telecommunications technician W.B. Smith, was so impressed that on his return to Ottawa, he urged his government to start its own UFO research program. Shortly thereafter, this program, codenamed Magnet, was launched under Smith's direction, but he was unable to learn more about alleged U.S. secrets on the subject. In 1983, William Steinman, in the course of a UFO investigation, tracked down Sarbacher, who was now residing in Florida, and asked him to talk to him about what he had revealed to Canadian scientists. Sarbacher replied that although he had not been personally involved in the UFO capture project, he knew that certain materials claimed to be from crashed flying saucers were extremely light and of high hardness. According to certain indications, the instruments and people operating these machines were also extremely light, to an extent that allowed them to withstand the tremendous decelerations and accelerations inherent in these aircraft. Speaking with some insiders, he added, "I got the impression that these aliens were made like certain insects we observed on Earth." In a later interview given to another researcher, Sarbacher clarified that the vehicle was thought to have come from another solar system. He reported that he had once been invited to a conference at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio, where scientists and Army officers were supposed to report what they had learned from their analysis of the material and bodies. Unfortunately, caught up in other pressing engagements, Sarbacher was unable to attend, although he later spoke to some of the speakers. The people he spoke to were impressed by his obvious sincerity and his consistent refusal to embellish or elaborate on the events that occurred. His testimony may represent a rare glimpse behind the curtain of secrecy, covering U.S. knowledge of the true nature of UFOs.